you would actually make your first appearance in AEW, and you got to make a few more. Even the most memorable one, not too long ago, it was an appearance on AEW Rampage against Roderick Strong. I can't do it as well as you, but just tell me about your overall experience in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately for me, I had the opportunity. The Roderick Strong one was definitely the most popular. But I want to give a shout out to Bear Bronson and Preston Vance as well. I was very fortunate the 3 times that I was able to work matches at AEW. I had 3 great guys to work against. So shout out to all those 3. I've had nothing but positive experiences there. Locker room's great. The people are great, all the way down, like producers, everybody I've interacted with. Nothing bad to say about them at all. And that's not just me being political. I'm just being honest. Like, I really haven't. Everybody's been really cool. It's really cool, laid back, and everyone really makes you feel comfortable there. But the last time, that was definitely the cherry
Ratings,
on top.
may have gone up a little bit with your appearance.
That's sure. They did. That's the thing. A lot of people don't like me saying that, but they did. That's just a fact. The ratings did. It went up. Numbers don't lie, GB, right? I mean, that's many people lie. Many people lie, but numbers don't. So the numbers, they went up 10% in the viewers. It was the second highest Rampage rating of 2024. I mean, I'm not bragging, but kind of am. It was an awesome experience because I found out I was working against Roderick Strong. Obviously, I think the world of the guy. He's been everywhere. One of the best overall professional wrestlers over the past 20 years. Has worked with almost everyone. Right. So when I got that opportunity, I was really psyched. When I found out it was only 2 minutes, I was like, what the hell are we going to do? And here's the thing, man, it was what it was. I was an enhancement talent, even though I'm double his size.
Got to be in the spotlight, though.
It's all good. It's all good, man. You got to take those opportunities where you get them. So, we had our match, and the only thing I could have done is I was just like, I got to make the most of this. I easily could have just said like, oh, yep, here I am on Rampage. Here's the match graphic. Here's a few action shots. I actually didn't even get a match graphic. All I got is a Roderick Strong in action, and they didn't even put me on the graphic. It's okay. I made the most of it. But they, I wasn't just gonna be like, hey, here's some action shots. Here's this. Here's that. Right? Like, and people do that, and that's fine. But I was just like, I don't want to do that. I want to make the most of this. So I was like, the only time that camera was going to be on me for a guaranteed time was when they announced my name. And that was the only time I knew. So I was like, I got to come up with something. I didn't want to do like the hulking or like the slit the throat or like, stuff like that.
I'm going to touch that, by the way, the hulking. I'm going to touch that in a minute.
Okay, yes.
Some hulking, but I'll let you.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. Strictly 80s Hogan, sir. But so I could have done any of that stuff, the hand of that, whatever, and been like everybody else. Or I could have just come up with something goofy as shit. So I came up with the thumb point. I know I always do this. So I did the thing where I just turned to the hard cam and went like that, and I didn't think much of it at the time. But when I got to the back, after the match happened, and it was what it was. It was fun, and Roderick was great afterward, and thanked me and all that. But when I got to the back. I'm good buddies with Jameson Ryan, and he was like, dude, I don't know like what you were thinking with the film. I'm like, why was it bad? He's like, no, it's great. Everybody popped. It was awesome. Like, it was just like it's like you hit the timing was right, the camera was on you, like it was perfect. I'm like, all right, great. So I saw the match back, and I'm like, oh man, this is funny. Like, this is pretty goofy. So immediately I made that meme. Like I made I cut it. I made the meme of that, and then I knew since it was Rampage, I'm like, I got a whole week. Right, I have a whole week to promote this, right, and make it seem like the biggest deal. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a thing where I'm like, here's my redemption story from being beat twice in AEW, biggest match in Rampage history, biggest debut in Rampage history. I had the idea about the My Sacrifice video that I would do after it, the idea of watching with my wife on the couch.
Oh, that video's brilliant, by the way. That's great. I'm watching it.
So like that was kind of my plan with it, right, and just see kind of where it goes. And I'm like, either everyone can think I'm a huge moron, which I mean I kind of am, but everyone can just think I'm a big idiot and not get along with the joke and just like this guy sucks, or people would laugh at it. Fortunately, more people laughed at than saying this guy sucks. But people said this guy sucks, but that's okay. They still do. But it got over. It got over. The thumb point got over. The videos got over. People started noticing, and almost not even a year yet. About 9 months later, here we are.